Good morning. I'm coming to you from my treehouse office. The AC is on. It's hot in here, but we're going to talk about the Acolyte right after this.
Saturday morning, it's fun for all. Cartoons and cereal, let's have a ball. Comic books, kaiju, pro wrestling too. The fun is waiting for you back at the cereal box.
Hey there, friends and foes. Good morning, Multiverse. This is Back at the Cereal Box, Morning Mini Bites. I am your host, the Prophet of Pop Culture, John Pica. You can call me Johnny. And I just wanted to spend a minute, just a short moment, talking about Star Wars: The Acolyte. As many of you know, I am obsessed with Star Wars. Star Wars is oxygen to me. I say all the time that Avengers comic books, Star Wars movies made me who I am today. And that is absolutely true. And I love everything Star Wars. However, watching The Acolyte, I was invested, and I just didn't feel like the finale fully paid off. I didn't dislike it, but I didn't love it, and I felt like there was something missing. And I've had some time to think about it overnight and this morning, and I think what it boils down to is that there is so much Star Wars right now being created by people who don't love Star Wars. Leslie Headland knows about Star Wars. It's a cultural phenomenon. It is the biggest IP in pop culture history, and she probably likes it, but I feel like this was more of a check-the-box series for her resume. She wanted to have a gold star on her resume working on writing and directing the biggest IP in Hollywood history. But she doesn't love it. There's not a passion. Like, The Mandalorian worked because Jon Favreau loves Star Wars, and it shows. It really shows. And he was smart enough to go tap the guy who sat at George Lucas's feet on the Clone Wars, Dave Filoni. And Dave Filoni was an advisor and co-producer and helped Jon Favreau create great Star Wars in The Mandalorian. But Andor, you know, he doesn't love Star Wars, that director. I just, and J.J. Abrams and Rian Johnson, I think, was invested in Star Wars, but I don't think he loved Star Wars. I don't think J.J. Abrams loved Star Wars. I don't think it was oxygen. And here's what I mean. When I watch, or when I read Matt Wagner's The Shadow graphic novels, he did several for Dark Horse. It is obvious that he loves The Shadow. And when I read Steve Mooney's The Rocketeer, it's the same thing. You feel the love and the passion coming from that page. And I think that Lucasfilm needs to be more selective about their creators. They need to be selecting writers and directors who have an absolute passion for Star Wars. Patton Oswalt, anyone? Hello? I don't think there's a bigger Star Wars fan on the planet than that guy. Kevin Smith, Kevin Smith's stuff has been hit and miss for me, but one thing is for certain, he adores Star Wars. Kyle Newman, I mean, there are writers and directors out there who absolutely love this franchise that need to be tagged by Dave Filoni and Kathleen Kennedy and Lucasfilm to helm these projects. And I have nothing against Leslie Headland. She's not a bad writer. She's not a bad director. She just doesn't love the IP. It was a resume moment for her. Now, I could be wrong, but that's how it felt. That's how it felt. And just, I didn't hate The Acolyte. I didn't love it either. It had a lot of really great moments, a lot of really great Easter eggs, and there were a lot of really great things to enjoy about it. Did it move the needle? Does it have impact for the rest of the franchise? And I'm going to say no. It could have. There was potential there. But there were so many things left unanswered and unresolved that had they just come out and said, okay, are Osha and May the same person split in two? Or, more likely, is May a clone or Osha a clone of the other one? If they had just said that, that would have had impact. And then all of a sudden, wait a minute. We've got two things going on here. We've got life created using the Force and midichlorians to manipulate the Force to create life, and then using the Force to create a clone. Holy cow, that would have huge ramifications for the franchise, but they never said that. They left it hanging for season 2 or season 3, and I hate that. I hate it when TV shows assume that there's going to be additional seasons. A TV series should have a beginning, middle, and definitive end, because you might not ever get a future season. You cannot leave it hanging. And I go back to Alphas. If you've never seen the TV show Alphas, it has the worst cliffhanger ending of any TV show, and it was obvious that they were planning to have a second season, and it never happened. And so you've got poor Gary, the autistic genius, wandering around the streets, the last living human being on the planet, or so it seems. Everybody he knows is dead, bodies laying on the street, and that's how the show ends. Anyway, that's kind of how I felt about the Acolyte. Great lightsaber duels, great martial arts fighting, great cameo by Plagueis. And I will say that Master Vernestra's last line in the final episode was the wrong line of dialogue. She comes in and it's obviously Yoda, and she says, "Master, we need to talk." The better line would have been, "Master, there's been a vergence in the Force." Why am I not in the writer's room? Anyway, I want to know your thoughts about the Acolyte, because I feel like there is a portion of fandom that absolutely loved this show and adored it. I feel like there is a segment of fandom that feels like it was made just for them. And if that's you, I want to hear about it. And I know there is a portion of fandom that feels like, because it featured, women of color, female protagonists, and, a racially diverse cast of Jedi, that it was woke garbage. I don't want to hear from you. You have no standing in this conversation. However, if you feel like me and you feel like there needs to be more care and more love and attention paid to this franchise, and that they need to be more particular about the creators that they tap to create, Star Wars, comment below and let me know if you agree. In the meantime, if you want to see something that someone has an obvious love for, today is New Comic Book Day, and the brand new Rocketeer series from Steve Mooney drops. Rocketeer breaks free. If you want to read something that is filled with love and passion and care, that's the franchise to pick up. Anyway, that's my thoughts this morning. Hope you guys have a great day. Until the next time, love you, mean it, and I'll catch you on the back of the cereal box. Ta-da!
It's like Coca-Cola, Levi's.